Tonight, a woman dies after the sedan she was driving collides with a bus, and 3 juveniles arrested following a spate of break-ins in Port Pirie. Hello again, thanks for joining us. Also tonight, Whyalla ambulance officers kept busy and a promise of better TV reception for some areas. But first tonight, a woman is dead following a collision between a sedan and a state liner bus on the old Port Germain Road about 26 kilometres north of Port Pirie just before 3 o'clock this afternoon. It's believed the woman in her 50s is from Port Germain. The sedan was travelling north out of Port Germain and the bus south on its way to Port Germain before continuing on to Port Pirie. Ambulance officers and other emergency service personnel took more than an hour to free the woman. The woman's car collided with the left-hand front side of the bus. The driver of the bus and its 34 passengers were not injured. Major crash investigators are on their way to the scene. In other news, and Port Pirie police have arrested 3 juveniles after a spate of break-ins around the city. More than 10 premises have been broken into during the past week, and police are urging all business owners to be security conscious. The Port Pirie and District Greyhound Club was one of many premises broken into. Thieves smashed their way in through this bottom glass panel and crawled into the building.
Oh yes, well the glass was all scattered out at the entrance to the club room, and also inside, and then there was just material scattered around the place, doors and drawers opened. It had that chaotic appearance there.
The offenders ransacked the place, and it's believed they were looking for money. Fortunately, nothing of much value was taken except for some beer kept in the fridge. Even 2 television sets sitting in the corner were left alone. Luckily, besides the smashed window, there was little other damage.
They went through all the drawers and cupboards, pulled things out. As I say, they didn't vandalise things.
Well, break-ins are a serious offence. It's an invasion of person's property and stealing of their property.
Other buildings thieves have targeted include the TAFE College, the YMCA, the Australian Workers Union, the Recorder newspaper, Heartbeat, a Caltex service station, the John Pirie Secondary School, the Affordable Living Building, the Croquet Club and the Ports Core Building. In most cases, nothing of significant value was stolen, except for Ports Core, where 3 radio receivers were taken, a total value of $4,500. While 3 suspects have been arrested, police are urging businesses to beware.
Business should always be concerned about security of their premises, especially after hours, because this is when most breaks occur on business premises.
I think the alarm might be the way to go.
Whyalla police are still searching for a 26-year-old man missing since Monday night. Glenn Bundy of Whyalla Jenkins disappeared after a barbecue with family and friends.
Police have no more answers to the disappearance after a search through Jenkins Avenue scrubland yesterday evening. Glenn Bundy left a friendly gathering Monday night and was last seen walking east along Whitworth Street at about 10 p.m. Officer in charge Terry Harbour says Mr Bundy was in good health and spirits. Brother Peter Bundy says it's not like Glenn to walk out without telling his mother, who's suffering ill health. Mr Bundy described his brother as a quiet man and says the disappearance is out of character. Police continued their search today near the Iron Knob turnoff along Norrie Avenue extension and are appealing to the public for any information concerning Glenn Bundy's whereabouts. Marty Westphalen, Central News.
It's a busy time of year for many people, but one organisation would prefer that it wasn't. Whyalla's SA ambulance service has responded to a significant increase of emergency calls over the past 2 weeks.
Vehicle accidents have been the main concern, but a series of emergency calls are keeping ambulance paramedics on their toes. Since June 22nd, officers have attended 72 emergencies and 68 general calls for assistance.
In the last 2-week period, we've had 10 vehicle accidents in the township or surrounding around Whyalla, and paramedics have treated over 12 patients. We've had a couple of search and rescues in the district. We've had rescue where 1 from Adelaide responded to the Whyalla area twice in the last fortnight.
Injuries treated include multiple lacerations and head and spinal injuries. But the concerning fact is seatbelts weren't worn in some cases, resulting in further injuries. SA Ambulance is appealing to the public to take steps in avoiding trauma situations. Drivers should slow down, make sure everyone's buckled up and take extra care on the roads.
It is a bit alarming to us that we are getting an increase of a lot of work, and we want to actually sort of just tell people to slow down, take things easy. If you're going out with the kids over the school holidays, make sure that you're just prepared.
Other cases in the last fortnight include industrial accidents, drug overdoses and cardiac arrests. Vehicle, boating and sporting accidents involved head, spinal and limb injuries, and 2 search and rescue calls relied on the SGIC Rescue 1 helicopter.
We do get busy times where resources are pushed to a limit, but we will always cover every emergency. So if you have any problems, 24 hours a day, just call 000.
Marty Westphalen, Central News.
At least 5 communities in the electorate of Grey could benefit from a new $120 million television fund. The fund will provide new television services and improve poor reception.
The 5-year television fund will be established from the proceeds of selling off Telstra. It will help fix up to 250 reception black spots around the country and extend SBS television to areas with a population of more than 10,000. While it's unlikely to benefit the Upper Spencer Gulf cities, it'll fund the extension of SBS into Port Lincoln. And federal member for Grey, Barry Wakelin, says it'll help remote communities in the state's north and west.
But the real impact is in those areas, as I say, in this electorate, like Streaky Bay, Elliston and Woodner. And Kimber is in that area, which is just getting that fortuitous reception, which is a little bit very, about 85%, and therefore there are mechanisms now to improve that up to give it 100% reliability.
Through the funds, these areas will be able to access 2 commercial stations.
There are communities who have gone the self-help route, who have gone out there and done it themselves, like Ceduna, Cooper Pedy, Roxby Downs, and I regret that that they've already gone out and spent their money.
But Mr Wakelin encourages other communities to find out what the fund can do for them. An issues paper is available at the website www.dcita.gov.au. Comments are welcome.
It's up to the community to, through its local government bodies or community bodies, to activate the mechanisms.
Kerry State, Central News.
Coming up after the break, daylight saving, should it be extended next year? We'll have our website poll result and your say.
Dharma's having bad dreams.
There was a plane and you were in it and it crashed.
And she'll do anything to keep Greg from flying.
Oh, bad news, honey. Your car won't start.
And why might that be?
Not sure.
Where do you buy some of the finest cars on the market today? At Fraser's of Clare. If you're thinking about a new car, now's the time to do it at Fraser's. With today's competitive pricing, Fraser's make it even more attractive by offering top trade-in valuations. From luxury top-of-the-range sedans to the toughest and gutsiest commercials on the road, all on show at Fraser's of Clare. Fraser's Mid-North Motor Company, your friendly Holden and Mazda dealer, where they bring the car to you.
Calling all business houses in Port Pirie. Membership is now available to be part of the Flinders View United Traders Association. Join in the association and share the vision to lead, unite and develop the Port Pirie area as the premier business and tourism region. Let's get business moving. Join the Flinders View United Traders Association. Contact Diane Robertson-Smith for your membership application and help start shaping Port Pirie's business future.
The Pirie Ritchie Railway promises a great day's outing for you, your family and friends. Experience the excitement and thrill of a golden age when steam and steel ruled the rails.
Hey, Whyalla! Photographic Moments, your Fuji Image Plaza, opening Monday the 19th at 73 Essington Lewis Avenue. Opening specials, 36 exposure, $12.95, 24 exposure, $10.95, 12 exposure, $7.95. Second set of prints, half price. Call in and collect your free membership card to receive ongoing discounts on your purchases. Check out the range of films, frames, albums and cameras. Passport photos, wedding portraits and glamour settings are also available. Photographic Moments, your Fuji Image Plaza, 73 Essington Lewis Avenue, Whyalla.
Now we'll check the result from our internet news poll where we asked whether you think daylight saving should start in August next year to coincide with the Olympic Games. And as you can see, there was little support for the move, with only 21% in favour of shifting the date, while 79% voted against the idea. And now we'll listen to what some of our viewers have to say.
Yeah, I think daylight savings would be good starting then. It helps with the Olympics, of course, and I don't know, I'd like daylight savings all the time. I think it's good, yeah.
I'm all for it because, you know, the more daylight we get, the more we can do. We spend a lot of our life at work, and during winter we get up in the dark, we go home in the dark, and being a bit of a handy person, I tend to like to get home when there is daylight saving and, you know, do a bit of gardening or potter around the place, and it gives me that extra time to do that.
It'd be a great idea having it earlier, and gives you a lot more time for shopping, hanging out washing, spending time with your kids. Yeah, I think it'd be wonderful.
I reckon it's a silly idea because we don't really need it over here, and they probably don't need it in the eastern states either, because if they want to start the Olympic Games earlier, why not just start them earlier in the morning and then let them go finish early in the afternoon or whatever?
I don't really feel that it's necessary. I don't think that we should have to fall into line with everyone else. I feel that we should do our own thing, and it's too early in the year for most people.
And this week we ask if there's enough information available warning teenagers on the dangers of smoking. You can vote for our poll by logging onto our website at www.centralonline.com.au. We'll check the result next week. 2 waste oil recovery stations are being installed at the Lincoln Cove Marina. The stations are available to the public for the dumping of waste oil and other recyclable byproducts. The aim is to reduce the risk of pollution to the marine environment and help conserve non-renewable resources by recycling the oil. Tenants cannot use the station for the dumping of solid waste, and the mixing of waste fluids is to be avoided. Each fluid should be deposited in the appropriate bulk receptacle. Further information is available from Transport SA or Marina Manager Bill Richter. Broken Hill News with Sarah Mitteff after the break.
Most of us hate the very thought of going to hospital.
Haven't I seen you stomach before?
But this man has a secret obsession.
I think he's faking it.
You say I'm pretending?
How far will he go? All Saints Tuesday on Central. Classifieds, Black Rock Dirt Circuit Racing on Sunday 18th of July, 10:30 start. A, B and C class racing action. Admission $4 adults, $2 concession. Certificate 2 in Security Operations, Monday 26th of July. Be trained as a crowd controller or security officer, conducted by Chubb Training, Port Augusta, 86411 002. House of Gifts closing down sale, all stock must go. Located at 17 Patterson Street, Whyalla. Phone 8645 8300. Naval Reserve Cadets Flea Market on Sunday 18th of July, open at 9:30, located at Coles Undercover Car Park, Port Augusta. Stallholder set up at 8 a.m. Contact 8642 3459. The best people in tax, that's our claim. H&R Block Tax Accountants, Port Augusta, Chris Hayho, 8642 6303. Port Pirie, Pauline Murray on 8632 5211. Whyalla, Ian Townsend on 8645 0534. D Faces of Youth Arts workshops commence after the school holidays. Sunday 25th of July, new times. Juniors 11:30 to 1:30, seniors 2 to 6:30. Monday low support, new time 7 to 8:30. On 19th of July, call 8645 8309 to register. Trendy Lady Boutique, final winter clearance, 50% off all winter stock. On now, Trendy Lady, Port Pirie. Ecological promotions. Take advantage of your City Plaza value voucher for great value and great service. Come to the People's Place. It's big, it's huge. Palm World, Rose World, Silk World, thousands of palms, roses, bush standards, ferns, stags, elks, ground covers, shrubs, silk artificial plants and trees. Direct from our farms to you. The Old Coke Building, Ian Street, Whyalla. Phone 0413 765 728. Port Augusta Orchid Club Winter Show on Friday 16th of July at 9 to 5 and Saturday 17th of July at 9 to 3 at Coles Northern Gateway Shopping Centre. Whyalla Economic Development Board presents the Business Building Workshop. Learn how to increase your sales and profits with marketing expert Lorraine Thornton, Monday 26th of July or Tuesday 27th of July. This workshop is free, but seats are limited. Book now on 8645 7811. God or Monkeys, hear Darryl Williams, Bachelor of Science on Friday 16th of July at Revival Hall on Federation Road, Pirie West. Whyalla players present the musical Annie at the Middleback Theatre on Friday 16th of July and Saturday 17th of July. Phone 8645 8022 for bookings. Adelaide rock group Moving House performing Parish Hall 7th Street Corn, Friday 16th of July at 7:30 p.m. with Rodney Minicon. Free admission. Use classifieds when selling or promoting that upcoming event.
Broken Hill's Environmental Lead Centre's contaminated land clean-up is in full swing. Remediation work is now underway north of South Road between Galena Street and the Normandy mining lease area.
This is one of many sites around Broken Hill suffering from high soil lead levels. Remediation work along South Road Lane and adjacent vacant Crown land began last week. The site has been capped with compacted road base to keep dust down and reduce lead contamination.
Whenever vehicles were travelling along it made a lot of dust, and that's a problem not only for the people who live right next to it but for other people in the general area.
Bare and dusty surrounding areas will also be covered with road base, soil and revegetation to help combat the dust problem. Mother Nature has offered a helping hand. The recent rainfall has helped control the amount of dust blowing off the site and into nearby houses. Drainage work will also be carried out to control stormwater along the lane.
The objective is to identify those areas that are high, medium and low priority areas for remediation, and Francis has prepared a report on public land in Broken Hill that requires remediation.
South Road Lane is one of a number of sites to receive remediation work, an ELC initiative designed to reduce lead contamination around Broken Hill.
In the last 4 or 5 years there've been a whole number of sites that have been done, like University Dam, Block 10 Flat on the railway yards over on Eyre Street. And there's going to be a lot more to come.
The Department of Land and Water Conservation is funding the remedial works.
Olympic transport organisers were in Broken Hill this week, recruiting drivers for the Sydney 2000 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Around 50 locals are interested in a slice of the Olympic glory and are keen to help keep the state moving during the Games.
Bus 2000 and Olympic Roads and Transport Authority representatives set the wheels in motion today. As many as 50 local drivers could have the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to jump aboard and join the Olympic bus fleet. Just under 3,500 buses and around 4,500 drivers are needed to meet the demand during the Olympic Games in Sydney next year.
We've got to source a large number of drivers and a large number of the fleet from outside the metropolitan area. So initially it's a New South Wales effort, but after that we'll then start to seek interest from other states.
Country drivers will play an active and vital role in providing transport to and from the Games. Each driver will undergo an extensive 5-day training program to ensure commuters from all around the world are able to get to Olympic Game venues.
We're not training anybody how to drive. We're training people in orientation, cultural awareness, Olympic protocol, security, and indeed obviously route familiarisation. I'll come to Sydney for 2 days on one occasion next year.
1,000 buses have been put aside just for athletes, 1,750 for spectators, and 750 buses will convey team officials, the media, sponsors and their guests to and from Olympic venues.
The red-headed orphan has once again been rescued by Daddy Warbucks. The story of Annie is being brought to life by the Whyalla players this weekend.
About 36 cast members are touching up their performance before the curtains raised on Friday night. Kate Brewer is stepping into her first lead role as Annie, and newcomer Sarah Ray is playing secretary Grace Farrell. For the first time in Whyalla, live animals are being used during the production, and despite the saying, both children and animals have been well behaved. The Broadway musical Annie tells the story of an orphan who's lost her parents for 11 years. She finds happiness when billionaire Mr. Warbucks adopts her for the Christmas break. Annie finally finds a family when she wins over Daddy Warbucks with her charm and innocence. The Whyalla players have been rehearsing for 3 months in preparation for the weekend's performances. A connection between the young and old cast members will help audiences relate to the warm-hearted story loved by thousands over the years. Annie opens on Friday night at the Middleback Theatre and shows again at 2 p.m. and 7:30 on Saturday. Marty Westphalen, Central News.
And after the break, we'll be joined by Melissa Patterson and all the weather details. We'll be right back.
It's Sharon's worst nightmare.
I think Johnny's cheating on me.
8.
Who said the Colonel can be spicy? Try my hot and spicy chicken, freshly prepared.
Blast into Bilo all this week for triple Flybuys bonus points.
And 25% off 1.25 litre classic hit soft drinks.
87 cents.
Classic Bilo bonus.
Bilo, extra value for you.
It's on right now! It's the Midwinter Super Duper Loony Stock Take Sale at Prest's, all stores. It's madness at Prest right now with up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off in this super massive sale with bargains for all ages. Prest Home Hardware, Prest Toy World, Prest Peterborough and Prest Department Store Port Pirie. Don't miss the madness with super duper bargains. Prest up to 50% off Stock Take Sale on now. All stores, Port Pirie and Peterborough.
Palm World, Rose World, Silk World, it's huge and it's in Whyalla. You won't buy it cheaper anywhere. Bare root bush roses, $2.95 each or 8 for $20. Bare root standard roses from $12.95. Assorted ground covers and shrubs, $2.45 or 10 for $20. Assorted ferns, $2.50 or 10 for $20. Loose stags and up, $2.95 or 5 for $10. Cocos palms, 6 to 7 foot, only $12.50. You won't buy cheaper because we're direct. The Old Coke Building, Ian Street, Whyalla.
Introducing the Spencer Golf Football League Round 16 match program, proudly brought to you by the Transcontinental Hotel in Quorn. Kicking off Saturday's games in Port Augusta, see Central Augusta versus South Augusta at 2:20 p.m. Also on Saturday in Port Pirie, Port versus Solomon Town from 2:20 p.m. Then to Quorn on Sunday, where Quorn Wolves take on West Augusta at 2:20 p.m. All teams in the SGL welcome you back to their club rooms following the game. The SGL match program proudly brought to you by the Transcontinental Hotel Quorn in the Flinders Ranges, home of the famous Pirie Railway. Port Augusta Golf Club invites you to nominate in the 1999 Sunsmart Golf Classic from Monday the 2nd until Sunday the 8th of August. 7 days of golf including the 54-hole championship and handicap with over $10,000 in prizes. Entries close this Sunday, forms available from all golf clubs.
Tonight's weather is proudly brought to you by Evans Hourglass Jewellery. Free polish, free inspection, free quote on all necessary repairs. See the jewellery specialists, Evans Hourglass Jewellery.
Hello everyone, some cloud cover returned today, but again temperatures were about average or just above. Temperatures reached 17 degrees around the Gulf region and 14 in the Clare Valley. On the satellite photo tonight, a middle-level cloud band over Spencer Gulf is associated with the low-pressure system south of Eucla and an upper-level trough. The frontal cloud band to the west of Western Australia is moving steadily eastwards. And taking a look at the charts now, a high centred southeast of Tasmania extends a weak ridge across eastern South Australia. Further fronts are expected to move across western and southern coastal districts of the state during the weekend and early next week as a large low pressure system currently southwest of Perth moves eastwards across ocean waters south of South Australia. To the regional reports now. In the Western Agricultural, isolated showers chiefly about Lower Eyre Peninsula, mild with mainly moderate northwest to west winds. Northwest Pastoral, local early frosts and fogs, then fine and mild, and chiefly light northwest winds. Northeast Pastoral, again local early frosts and fogs, then fine and mild, chiefly light northwest winds. Northern Agricultural, local early fogs and frost, then a fine, mild and mostly sunny day, mainly moderate north to northwest winds. Central Districts, areas of cloud with isolated showers chiefly in the south, and in Broken Hill, fine and cool to mild with light northwest winds. And looking ahead now, Western Agricultural, isolated showers on Saturday, chiefly about Lower Eyre Peninsula, mild with moderate to fresh northwest to west winds. Sunday will see a few showers and cooler, with Monday more showers contracting eastwards. Northwest and northeast Pastoral, Saturday will see local early frost, then a fine and mostly sunny day. Sunday will be cloudy in parts but fine and mild. Then Monday, areas of cloud in the northeast Pastoral district. Northern agricultural, partly cloudy on Saturday but fine apart from isolated showers south of Clare and scattered showers through until Monday. Central Districts, areas of cloud and showers through until Monday also. And in Broken Hill, fine through until Monday when a few showers are expected. On Gulf waters, northerly winds at 10 to 15 knots turning northwest and seas to 1 metre. The outlook northwest winds at 15 to 20 knots, gradually increasing to 20 to 25 knots. And overnight, temperatures a little warmer than the past few days, with 9 degrees expected in Port Lincoln and Port Augusta and 3 degrees in the Clare Valley. And tomorrow, a fine day in store with 19 degrees expected in Whyalla, 20 in Port Augusta and Port Pirie and 18 degrees in Broken Hill. Enjoy your evening. It's good night.
Thanks, Melissa, and that completes our news service for tonight. I'll have more news at the same time tomorrow. Enjoy your evening, and for now, from the news team, it's good night.
My husband and I went overseas for the first time, and everywhere I went I bought a doll, supposedly for my daughter. When I came home she said, "Oh, yuck, dolls, give them away." I said, "No, I'm going to keep them myself." And I just kept adding to them and adding to them. I had about 2,000 dolls. It's like all collectors, you're never satisfied. You make their wigs, you make their shoes, you put their teeth in, everything. You knit their socks, you know, from start to finish, you do it all. You know, I like French dolls to look like French dolls and German dolls to look like German dolls and so forth. She'll be beautiful.
Thursday night here on Central at 7 o'clock, Home and Away. At 7:30, the comedy hour begins with Dharma and Greg. Then at 8 o'clock, Two Guys, a Girl and a Pizza Place. At 8:30, we bring you soccer coverage of the Socceroos up against Manchester United.
Yeah.